This is the 10-minute brief, and what you're about to witness is the fastest diplomatic revolution of our time. It's unfolding in real time. In a single coordinated strike, 4 Western powers have just redrawn the Middle East map without firing a single shot. Britain, Canada, Australia, and Portugal have simultaneously recognized Palestinian statehood. But this isn't just about symbols, it's the opening salvo in a new kind of warfare. A diplomatic blitzkrieg designed to isolate, pressure, and ultimately force a geopolitical surrender. Subscribe to the 10-minute brief and never look at international diplomacy the same way again. The British Prime Minister's words weren't just a speech, they were a declaration of war on the status quo. Today, he announced, the United Kingdom officially recognizes the state of Palestine. With those words, Britain, the very nation that created the Israeli state with the Balfour Declaration, has now become the architect of its counterpart. The historical irony is staggering. More than 75 years after recognizing Israel, Britain has now joined over 150 nations in recognizing Palestine. But the real weapon isn't the recognition itself, it's what comes next. Behind the scenes, this triggers a legal earthquake. Diplomatic representation escalates to embassy level. Palestine's legal jurisdiction expands overnight. And most dangerously for Israel, it opens the floodgates to prosecute occupation crimes in international courts. The response from Benjamin Netanyahu was not just anger, it was a declaration of total war. His message to world leaders: you are giving a huge reward to terrorism then. The threat: a Palestinian state will not be established west of the Jordan River for many years. But the most chilling words were his promise of retaliation, or response that would come after his return from the United States. Wait for it, he warned. This isn't diplomacy. It's a countdown to confrontation. Now, the battlefield shifts to the United Nations. Palestine currently holds observer status, a diplomatic purgatory. Full membership requires surviving the Security Council's veto gauntlet, where the United States stands ready to block any resolution. But here's where the strategic genius emerges. Every new recognition creates overwhelming pressure. When 159 out of 193 UN members recognize your statehood, you're no longer begging for legitimacy, you're demanding it. The comments from British citizens reveal the deeper psychological warfare at play. Some dismiss the recognition as ink on paper, but others understand its true power. It's not the final solution, but a political and legal weapon that isolates Israel and builds towards critical mass. The real achievement, as one observer noted, won't be convincing Europe, it will be convincing America to step back from its veto power. And the storm is still gathering. 6 more nations, France, Belgium, San Marino, Andorra, Luxembourg, and Malta, are poised to recognize Palestine. When they do, the number climbs to 159 nations. That's 82% of the United Nations standing against the remaining 18%. This isn't just a political shift, it's a global consensus forming in real time. But what happens when diplomatic recognition collides with military reality? Netanyahu has vowed to prevent a terrorist state at any cost. The United States remains the ultimate guardian at the Security Council gates, and Palestine remains occupied. This is the fatal flaw in the diplomatic offensive. Paper recognition cannot stop tanks. Or can it? Because every embassy opened, every visa stamped, every trade agreement signed creates a reality that occupation cannot erase. This is the new front in the oldest conflict, the battle to make Palestine exist not just on maps, but in the global system itself. The question is no longer if Palestine will be recognized, but what Israel will do when it becomes undeniable. Thanks for watching the 10-minute brief, where history isn't just told, it's felt.